All aboard! Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to say hello to Monterey Post. I met the gentleman from Monterey Post here. Good to meet you, guy. And all those who passed through. Gave that energy at TNOs today. Yeah, man. Respect. Young and the old at spirit. Yeah, I don't say old, you know. When you see Lamech and Methuselah and them 950. I was checking out that. Man, that tree of Adam. 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 Consecrate 90.1 FM, 6:27 p.m. At 7 p.m. we got Kenny Phillips with Culture Talk.
When you move it, I love when you move it, I want it. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake for me. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Move it, I love when you move it, I want it. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake for me. Make it shake, make it shake. Under a spell, this I real or BBL. Baby, free it up like a.
Yeah, man, when we get everything sorted, yeah, we can do that. But of course, my lines are always open if you want to put an energy. Because I was asking that question, and it seems like nobody has the answer, not even me. When did we turn? At least in Trinidad and Tobago, I can't speak for America, I can't speak for the motherland, but Trinidad and Tobago, maybe we can find some answers. Yeah, man. Oh, that was that DJ, boy.
Think I did jealous. Think I would have cuss you. Think that I was in my feelings, girl. You think I vex, cause you inside the party. Whining on your new man, dancing on your new man. You think I vex, cause you inside the party. Flexing with your new man. But hey, I am a new girl. And guess what? She pretty than you. Prettier than you. Sexier than you, girl. Guess what? She pretty than you, prettier than you, sexier than you, girl. No need to be bitter, no need to be angry. I come here to show up and enjoy the party. I'm feeling myself in there. My girl is the best in there. No time for no stress in there. That's why you say you think I vex, cause you inside the party. Whining on your new man.
Are you ready for this?
Everybody turn it up on your radio.
It's about time.
Now you can see the radio.
Before the sun goes down, no way we can stop now.
Visual radio is here.
With my worries away before the sun goes
It's the evolution of radio. Radio is now in your hand and on your device. Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, radio, and smart TV. Don't get left behind.
Everybody start to jump up in excitement. Plenty excitement. Big flags over my head. Water like hydrant. Wet. My crew not sticking. Tell them it's 90.
Do you love your country?
Maria, darling, I must go.
Are you a true Trinbagonian?
I love you so.
Do you love your culture? This is the only station that promotes the culture of Trinidad and Tobago.
It's all about the soca banger. It's all about
WACK 90.1 FM. WACK 90.1 FM. WACK 90.1.
Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM.
Viking ding dong. Yeah. If you know you cannot handle the people rum, when you see the people rum, leave it alone. Yeah, what I tell you? When you see them gyal and them rolling up them bam bam, if you can't manage, leave them alone. Stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Back in your crease, back in your crease. Stay in your zone, stay in your zone. Leave it alone. Yeah, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Back in your crease, back in your crease. Stay in your zone, stay in your zone. Leave it alone. Yeah, leave rum for the professionals. For the professionals, leave drinking for the professionals. For the professionals, I love see them girl with the big bam bam when they rolling it. Micro party hard, getting on bad. If you can't keep up, then leave it alone. Hana na 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 na. Hana 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 na 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 na. Juve morning, if you know you can't handle dirtiness, I'm begging you, leave it alone. Yeah, what I tell you? If you cannot deal with me and my stinking dirty behavior, you should leave me alone. Stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Back in your crease, back in your crease. Stay in your zone, stay in your zone. Leave it alone. Yeah, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. Back in your crease, back in your crease. Stay in your zone, stay in your zone. Leave it alone. Yeah, leave rum for the professionals. For the professionals, leave drinking for the professionals. For the professionals, I love see them girl with the big bam bam when they rolling it. Micro party hard, getting on bad. If you can't keep up, then leave it alone. Hana na 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 na. Hana 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 na 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 na. Die for them who the see people rum, Sita one, the drinking Johnny and the drinking White Oak, but the one Hennessy. Sita one they just call them. Well, they're not going on face the baba, all they're liking people thing.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Tolerance and discipline, you don't vanish. Parents teach them, read to them. Don't recite, read to them. Put down the phone now. Pick up a book now. Don't wait till you reach your phone to realize it. Put down the gun now. Pick up a book now. Now shine your light to be a warrior.
Set up already? Well, none of that will be setting up for meeting. It's not like it's staying anymore. And they're going to try and carry it on.
Shine your light in the dark against all odds that come your way. Warrior spirit in me. Seek the light,
Some
don't
lighting,
play the
some light swing.
game. Silver and gold, I am not what I give to you. A different kind of warrior, a different kind of spirit, we transform. Extra, extra, read all about it. Tolerance and discipline, you don't vanish. Read to them, don't lose sight. Warrior,
Make sure this is Tony P's voice here, yeah? This one here is Tony P's voice, yeah? It's at 6:41 p.m. In a few minutes, I'll be out. Yes, let me just try to play what's here. Giving you a touch of some of the new ones, man. Hey, good afternoon to, good evening to Mellow. You know how we do it. See you on a big show, Mellow, boy. I'm glad I could be among these big artists, boy. The bull. I'll send you an email of what I once said, yeah? Concentrate 90.1.
I'm in the mood for a soca party, and I don't care when nobody say Trinidad is my country, and I love it. Soca music is we own, and I love it. So this year me say me and me woman will be jumping up in a band, misbehaving, celebrating this sweet music of the island in soca. Feed me with soca. I want more soca music, I love it. Come hit me with soca, heal me with soca. I want more soca music, I love it. Every year, Carnival that's passed me. So I say this time, I will join up in the team. In every fete, I will be going. And if you want, you can join me. Cause we have the greatest wet and I love it. Dripping and soaking wet and I love it.
90.1 caller. Oh, yeah. 90.1 call.
Hey, Tony. Yes, there's an open mic there. We hearing somebody.
Yeah, well, that's not me. I'm not that mad to talk to myself, so I'm gonna make a call. Yeah, that's not me. I don't say anything. I learn from a man get fired for talking out at the cussing. So that's not me.
Bro.
Yeah, that's not
right,
me.
Man.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you. Yeah.
So long me like baby, take a jump one is soca. Feed me with soca. I want more soca music. I love it. Come hit me with soca. Heal me with soca. I want more soca music. I love it. Soca, 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 soca music. I love it.
And yes, we'd like to thank you guys. Mr. Ainsley King, take it easy, my brother. Yeah. I think we're going to be coming live. We're going to have Ainsley King and Tuco in Tobago. So I think the background voices you may have heard. So let's keep it quiet in the meeting there. Kenny Phillips is going to be in a short, so I'm just going to be holding it down, yeah? So at 7 p.m., Kenny Phillips, Culture Talk. The guests are already getting ready to.
Tell them the party girl
course, you got to stay locked at 7 p.m. Kenny Phillips is going to be on the inside, and he's going to be talking to our good brethren, Ainsley King, our wee boy that, in Tobago. Ainsley. Yeah. Culture Talk. Of course, you guys can call us in. You can call him up and get your questions in and make your contributions. So I get ready to shut it down in a bit. I say walk by faith, never by sight. Be safe, Trinidad is a bigger extension of the whole wide world. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God's willing, through him, everything and all things are definitely made possible. And you can stay tuned to the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we give it to you guys just the way you like it. All the culture. Only back and alto, maybe. And get ready and sign up for the WACK Old Mass competition.
And when you see I in the good zone, like a soaring on a drone, like a no pay off my load, I could party on my own. Cause right now, I feel a whole vibe take over me. Nothing can throw off my good energy. Yeah. A brand new look the tag on me, and I got no worries. This is the sweetest.
we must have to pay special respect and tribute to the latest recipient of the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Professor of Calypso, Dr. Hollis Chalk Dust Liverpool. Yay! We call this one, or rather he called this one, the Bandit Factory. Child rearing, people, child rearing. Sweet music. Where all them bandits come from is a thing all people now asking. What causing them to become this way? The truth needs unmasking. I tell them it's simple. All bandits come from the people. Bandits ain't born big, my friend. It's poor values they had as children. So plenty people here, you know, making bandits and they don't know. Let's count. So you make a baby before your time, little girl. You make one. Your child father hiding from Uncle Sam in the cold. You make one. Your boyfriend and you leave primary school in standard one. So to do homework, you can help your son. All you make another one. You vex with the teacher cause he hits your son to lash. You make one. You're going to school, he have blue notes and he can't spell cash. You make one. You give your two boys a song task for cussing in front of you. So instead of one bandit, you give the nation two. Then you ask where bandits come from. Ask Kamala, my child. Where bandits come from? Kamala should be tried. Cause she stopped teachers from cutting children backside. Alive. A special verse. A special verse. Just for you. Where all them bandits come from, all them businessmen keep complaining. They say it's people who come deported from Uncle Sam's kitchen. I tell them it's simple. All bandits start from the cradle. But when a man is a poor model, bandits does copy example. So plenty people, you must admit, specialize in making bandits. Look here, you is a teacher, but your children don't see you on Ash Wednesday. You make one. You is a teacher, but you're only studying to play away. You make one. As a parent, you don't take time out to teach the little ones to pray. So the child don't know about the life beyond. All you make another one. You're in parliament, but you're behaving like a clown. You wish Corona in Carnival would bring the government down. You insist Calypso is not your culture, and Carnival is a sin for true. For teaching your own people to hate themselves, you get the nation too. Then you say where they come from. Act holy man, we're bandits interfering with the young ones. They're making bandits out of our young daughters and sons. Alive.
Are you ready for this?
Everybody turn it up. On your radio.
It's about time. Now you can see the radio.
Before the sun goes down,
we can't stop now.
Visual radio is here. It's the evolution of radio. Radio is now in your hand and on your device. Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, radio, and smart TV. Don't get left behind.
Everybody start to jump up in excitement. Plenty excitement. Big fat over my head. Water like hydrant. Wet. My crew not sticking. Tell them it's like
Do you love your country?
Maria, darling, I must go.
Are you a true Trinbagonian?
I love you so. Again, and again.
Do you love your culture? This is the only station that promotes the culture of Trinidad and Tobago.
You don't know. It's all about the soca banger. It's all about
WACK 90.1 FM. WACK 90.1 FM.
WACK 90.1.
Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM.
And this is where we check in. Good evening. It's 2 minutes past 7 o'clock. And my name is Kenny Phillips. And you're in the culture talk. Wow, in a noisy laptop thing. Hey.
Well, man, that coming from me, Kenny?
Yeah, boy. Hello.
Well, powerful, yeah. Nice, man.
So right. So let's say good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, man. It's an honor to be on WACK Radio this evening. So when I think about being on WACK, it's like I insult. So that's a nice feeling. Good night to South Trinidad, and good night as far as the listenership goes. So everybody who's on WACK, all good night. Mm-hmm.
Right. It's going to be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I know that.
So we started from the beginning because it's a real action going on. Easy King is the chairman of TUCO, which is the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Calypsonian Association. Nice. Mr. Easy King, congratulations on your move up into the leadership of TUCO.
Well, I will say thanks. But right. a man saw me the other night and he said, boy, anybody who taking them position now had to have belly. So I don't know what he meant by that, Really? But yeah. But thank you, Kenny. Thank you.
So I know it ain't gonna be easy. I know these positions very tricky, very rocky waters. So let me start. Let me deal with this evening here at this point in time. Everybody wants to know what's happening with Carnival. With the pods, with the shows. Start from the beginning. Tell me where we is.
All right. Well, to begin with, is that the preparation continues. We had a meeting up to today. But I must be honest with the people out there that there's a level of uncertainty and a show that is being sensed out there because it's in the open basically, right? For example, the budget, because it started at like 75,000 that came from the NCC. Then you heard talks about a 40-something, between 40-45, and then you heard about 30. And then, you suddenly just hear $15 million was actually presented as the budget for this, what you call the safe zone or a taste of Carnival. And when you look at that money, $15 million to be shared between the SIGs and plus for events to be done by the NCC. that really is money that you could consider impossible to really share, you know. So there's a reality there where, you know, the money is insufficient. So of course, with that being said, you know, that tells you exactly where we are now. But yes, it had the events that people put together, both Mars, Pan, Calypso, put together the event. They were told to scale down the budget, which everybody did. And then, as I just explained, we have a budget that is definitely insufficient. And if we try to use that, it is impossible. And that is the reality at this point. So
I know I took you out of the NCC meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The meeting still going on?
Now the meeting done, you know. The meeting done. Well, I mean, we going back to the meeting on Wednesday because we came up with a position, but that I won't share here now, all right? But but what I could really present is what Tuko projection is really, right? So what we intend to do is that we have the Calypso tents, which will be starting from the 11th, right? But we did a show because last year we collaborated with TV6. That was a project done by the Office of the Vice President. It didn't have anything. It had the road march judging, but for Calypsonians, it really didn't have anything. So I was on TV6 doing an interview like here now, and I had this idea for this vintage show, this veteran show that features all the great Calypsonians within the like from the early 70s, late 70s into the 80s, that kind of thing. And we decided to feature the veterans, and they liked the idea, and you know, we collaborated from there, and it created magic. So we decided to do it, and we did it on the 4th to kick off our event really. And it was nice. The reviews were very nice and so on. And we have our next one coming up. But what we have planned though is these Kaiso tents that we intend to use 2 safe zones. And that too is a bit well, I wouldn't say questionable because we have to go with it. The gardens by Queen Sol and also Naparima Bowl, where we have different tents. Different tents will be featured there. The Kaiso tents that will be featured is Kaiso Showcase. We also that is from Bialia. Make sure I call all your first protocols in place. Kaiso Review, Classic Rousseau, the Icons, Back to Basic, Kaiso House, and we also have a feature of the Magnificent Glow. I'm talking about the Magnificent Glow. I'm taking the opportunity to, that is the Tobago tent. They are taking the opportunity to let you know that you have to book a date for us by you know. The tent coming from Tobago. Yeah, so we gonna talk that off here, but I just show it out there.
After
Yeah.
Carnival?
So you book out or you book out?
Boy.
Well, now,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
But then
we can squeeze out Monday or Tuesday.
Now do something because any date will work. Right?
All right.
Any date will work. Yeah.
We can talk in camera.
Yes, man. Right. So
nice. These tents. Let me ask a question. The tents. What I got to understand that NCC is paying for the venue.
Yeah, they're paying for the venue. Correct.
Right. So the profits from the tent stay with the tent.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Let's hope that there will be profits, because remember we're now coming out a situation where that is very sensitive.
Yeah.
And people are afraid out there and so on. So let's hope that the profits really work out to be something of value, you know.
But the venue is only holding a capacity of 250 or
250, yeah, something like that, you know. So
250.
I guess we will have to stream it also, hit it a double, you know.
Yeah, but who's streaming it? Remember, your TTT is your media house of choice.
Yeah.
So, and if you're streaming it, you're streaming it for pay-per-view.
If I stream it for people who what?
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Not donation.
Yeah.
Right? So, we have two on top. We have Calypso Review and Calypso Showcase.
Yes.
On the 13th and the
12. Calypso Reviews the 12th. The 12th and the 13th, yeah. But Naparima Bowl is going, you guys going to be in Naparima Bowl. That's Calypso Showcase. Showcase is going to be here at Naparima Bowl. And Review is going to be at Naparima Bowl also on the 12th.
Right. We stream it from Queen's Hall. Pay-per-view for $10. 10 US. Right?
Right.
And what we've been doing is those people who don't have the US credit card, they can purchase a code. And with that code, you'll be inside the show. You know, so you don't have to have a US credit card.
Right.
You could come, say, I want a ticket, pay for your ticket, your ticket a code, you go home and put the code on your laptop, your TV, or whatever, in the show.
Nice one.
Right? So that's these 2 days coming up.
Nice.
Well, y'all didn't speak to me, so I doing me.
Well, Kenny, the way things happening, everything is happening so fast, you know. And so even though it work out that way, it's not like you are a person that we recognize and consider for your contribution. So I mean, how that work out is just the way things going, man. That's the way everything just happening fast, you know.
So I quite understand that, but what I say is we had to go.
I know.
And Shoma tell me we get an echo. Let me see if I can get rid of the echo. I don't know if the echo is me or if it's you. Alright. I'm switching off here. I'm switching off Shoma, tell me when the echo go on, right? Alright. And
yes, good night to the PRO, Shoma.
Alright.
Shoma, tune in, man.
Yeah. Alright, she tell me a delay on me and echo. Is this any better, Shuma? Should I song a little better in my ears? Alright? No, she said no. change, say something.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing myself. So is it that it's coming from my end?
No, I hear you good. You hear me good?
I'm hearing you fair enough. Maybe I think I understand what it is that Shuma is picking up. But it's coming true.
Yeah, as I say, we have to work with what we have.
You have to work. Yeah, we have to work with what we have. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so.
You say you singing good, but it's me. No problem. I'll work on that as we go. So right, I'm moving in closer. So right, we are the Garden Theatre.
Yeah.
I'm saying it right. The Garden Theatre, Queen's Hall, and Naparima Bowl. Any other safe zones?
Well, it's the next one is only 3. The Savannah, the Queen's Park, the Savannah there. Yeah.
Oh, that's
the third one. That's the third one. Yeah.
Nice. I'll be moving on. So each. All right. I don't know what that means. Right. So each one of these events, we need to start a robust advertising campaign now.
Well, you see it start, but you should know why, because people still discussing budget, still discussing money. So that gives you an idea, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
But last week I had the chairman of NCC with me, and I said I prefer, my opinion, that we should have not rushed this Taste of Carnival into these 2 months, not even 2 months, a month and a half, right? And spread it out over a long period, straight up to independence. And he buffed me. He said, Carnival is Carnival, independence is independence. There's no similarity with the two, right? So we had to get Carnival, right?
But you have to remember how these things work, you know, because I mean the chairman have to work within a certain frame, you know. While you in a position where you are looking at a wider picture and treating with things in an open way, and when Kenny talk is Kenny talk, you know, it had no minister, it had nobody in the midst, you know, to direct and that kind. So you have to look at it from that way. But the world is changing. At this time, when you look at what is happening, the world is changing, and that point you just made, now is really a time for us to expand the whole thing. Because I mean, this is not, we cannot go with the old patterns, because we've seen exactly what happened, you know. I mean, the COVID telling us a lot, but outside of the COVID, I mean, the writing is on the wall. This is a totally different time. And then
it's a totally different world.
It's a different world, and adjustments have to be made to really go with the new normal, what is happening, you know.
Yeah. COVID is a sad time, but it's a time that has taught us so much.
And I agree.
You understand?
I agree. I do agree.
Taught us so much of things that we have to do, that we should have been doing. You know? I've seen some simple little things. The artists, this just abide with, the artists don't even have proper photographs of themselves to use for marketing, for social media marketing. And not a selfie, I'm talking about a professional picture. Because we see in so much trouble to get this picture of this one and that one and that one, and you know, which is something that you, as an artist, you should have in your portfolio. Hey, look, I have some headshots, some action shots, you know. So when they say, hey, Kenny, we need a picture of you to do so, you could just say, hey, try that one or try this one, and they move on. No, brother, man.
So when you say the artist, is it that you are saying is something is a majority that a majority of people you're getting that from, or you're saying that there are artists that really needs to step the game up?
Yeah, I'll say 90%.
90. So that is a majority.
Yeah, they need to step. We need to have a seminar explaining to the artists, the Calypsonians. Let me say the Calypsonians. So the soca men are show a different world. The Calypsonians need to understand that they are their own product. They are the product. Right? So they need to treat themselves as the product.
And you know, you're making a lot of sense. But one of the things, because I mean, it's perception now, because whatever I say is my perception, and whatever I say could be considered your perception.
Right.
But how I look at the thing, Kenny, is that there's a lot where confidence for this art form is concerned. A lot of people do it, but they don't do it with that bold confidence as if the genre is the hub. Because really and truly, Calypso is the hub when coming to music in Trinidad and Tobago. Because when you look at how it was back in, well, I mean, you know, because you contributed a lot. You was there. You make hits. You was there among the greats, and that's so you know, right? But I'm speaking from my viewpoint. I don't think that a lot of people have confidence in the art form, seeing the art form for what it should really be seen as. Because Calypso in Trinidad and Tobago, Calypsonians should really be the most proud people, the most permanent people, the most strong people, because Calypso is the main genre for me.
Calypso makes soca.
And Calypso, well, you have said it, you know.
Right.
So I think it's just that awareness, that boldness, proud to be Calypso. I'm proud because I'm a Calypsonian, because why? Because Calypso is really a powerful art form, or the most powerful art form.
You see that when you say that tagline? Proud to be Calypso.
Proud to be Calypso. Yeah, proud to be Calypso. I only say it because this is the way I think. Yeah. And as leader, I would like that to become the slogan on the jerseys. Yeah. Just the slogan. I'm proud to be Calypso, proud to be Tuco, proud. I'm just proud. Yeah. You see, and I think psychologically we could be on a journey towards more confidence. towards better and stronger impact, better approach, and us taking the thing more serious, to the extent where, at least, come on, this is it. This is the main genre. But one of the things I want to specify on, because I do look through the window across the Caribbean, and one of the things I noticed, you see Shabba ranks, and the guys came up the rank, the different Jamaican hit makers over the years. Most of them will tell you, because I heard one or two interviews, and it's as if they're saying the same thing. People say, well, look, boy, Shabba, you're big now, and Shabba, they say, no. You have to remember that Bob Marley, them is the biggest up to today. They are the biggest, right? So respect have to be paid to these guys. And that tells you that these people have a certain level of respect for what they do. And for those that were there before, the trendsetters or the pioneers before. And I don't think you see much of that now. Because you hear people say Kaiso is a dying art, and not just that, but the attitude of some of the young soca lads and so on, when you look at them, it's like, they have no time to pay respect to the great.
Does it feel that the Calypso could exist? The soca could exist without the Calypso.
And that is so. And that is so. Because while I don't want to offend anybody, but while Calypso maintains an identity, and some people may not support what I'm saying, an identity is important, because identity is what cause someone to gain that respect, that recognition. Because if you don't have identity, well then you're nowhere really. You don't exist.
Okay.
Right.
All right, but that was a tangent. I really be on the budgets and what happened. Nice. And I know you just come on the meeting. In fact, your microphone was on and we had cussing. So I understand you're expressing yourself in the meeting.
I did, and I think I surprised a lot of people, because you see, the reality remains that it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm representing a group of people across Trinidad and Tobago, and therefore, the negotiations, if the negotiation is coming across insensitive and without any kind of balance, I mean, I will have to stand up and make sure that at least, the respect is given, or consideration is a better word, And I did stand up, and I don't really want to emphasize on what really took place. But
you can't tell me the words you use. We heard it. I get a call. Hey, somebody cussing.
Kenny.
The fact that you can express yourself in that way, I am impressed. That you could go in a meeting and say, look, all you.
Yeah, and I had to do it, and I know I left the meeting in shock, right? Because I don't think good sense was prevailing, and I spoke out, But I think it impacted, and even caused us to be going back to the table to actually find the right solution on the way forward, So I think that it was a win for Calypso, and a win for this the expectation of this Safe Zone Carnival, the taste of Carnival where the Calypso contribution is concerned.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're moving down the road.
Mm-hmm.
The budget is actually 15 million.
15 million.
I heard the president of Trinidad say to move one large band, right, is $300,000, right? So 300,000 by 16, 16 large bands. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So three large bands is almost $1 million, right?
3, 6, 9, 12. So the movement
of the large band is over 3 or 4 million already.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just for the large bands. Nice. Okay. So we don't see that budget in the red.
Yeah, it's in the red. It can't cut. It's impossible. If we have to go the way that is laid out there now, it is totally impossible. And the Carnival, we need too far to turn back now, because everything is set and ready to go. So they have to address it, you know.
Question. All you arguing amongst all yourself when the powers that be give you a money that they think you should make do it, right? Does the powers that be see the value of the Carnival product to the country? Do they acknowledge that? Do they acknowledge that they used to give 150 million, and they gave back $1 billion? And this is from a study that I do in 1999. The returns done by Dr. Keatners, the returns was $1 billion then, $1 billion plus. Far less for, 10, 20 years later. It's more money now.
It's more money, yeah.
So who addressing the powers that be, who handing you this finance that way out of sync with the people?
Well, boy, I don't know, but you see, the way things happen, it has some dark sides towards this whole thing, because I keep asking the question, what it is people thinking to decide to accept to do a carnival, whether it's a taste or a scale down, and to allow the process to go the way it did. It just doesn't make sense. Something have to be wrong, because as I keep saying, I don't think the government have foolish people. And I don't think that the NCC have foolish people, but let me stick with the government. So when these kind of things take place, where you put forward a carnival, you allow people to put the cart before the horse, and then hit them this kind of blow where you just put out a budget that doesn't make sense. I can't work that out, because as I was saying, I don't think the government have fools. I don't think that they don't know what they're doing. So that put me in a position to be scratching my head and wondering, what is the agenda? What is the agenda that is not being projected or pushed forward? What is the hidden agenda, you know? So that is my take on how I look at it, but I am just hoping that everybody understand that in moving forward here, we have to try to make some sense, because at the end of the day, I don't think it have anybody to throw under no bus. What will have to happen, everybody have to understand, well, it is everybody gonna have to take blame if we don't work this thing out in a way that it work out in the best interest and come out in the most successful way.
But does the government realize that cash trapping this event will reflect badly on the whole country, the whole Caribbean? Because people looking at Trinidad as the mecca of Carnival. And how come Miami could have a carnival? I see an ad for St. Lucia Carnival. I see an ad for Grenada Carnival.
and
Orlando coming up.
Yeah.
Miami coming again. And this on my hand, one hand counted. So how come all of them could do Carnival without this drama that we, the Meccarine of the place, can't see to get it right? What is happening?
Well, boy, I am not in a position to answer that question, but at the same time, we need to get it right, and we still have time to get it right. So we need to utilize whatever time we have to make sure that we don't find ourselves in that position as the Mecca, to be seen as people who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little too late. It's a little too late for that. but again, you only have credit line of 40 million or something like that. You know, because we know we're going to go over the budget. And other things has happened. They just want to build a stadium, they want to build a hospital, and the budget they start off at 100 and end up at $1 billion. So why we were suffering a little culture thing? Why they treat the culture man like that? You understand?
I wonder, you know. I wonder. And, you know, I'm being very cool, I'm being very careful, but that is a question I keep asking myself too, because it's like they don't understand that the product comes before every other thing, infrastructure and everything else that carrying large sums of money, right? And then if any kind of cut or breakdown have to take place, they're throwing it at the practitioners. Yeah. They're throwing it at them. Or look, all you had to cut, all you this is what we have, all you have to make that work, you know, and that is such a negative approach.
So, why this scaffolding man, or the truck man, or the the infrastructure people don't say, look, we'll take a hit. We'll collect some up front and we owe the balance, and so that we can pay the people who have not been paid for 2 years.
Kenny, I wish I could answer that question, and I wouldn't even try. I would not even try, Kenny, because you see, them things that we may never understand, and sometimes and then sometimes it's things to leave alone too, because you might just get yourself in some trouble trying to push your nose where you shouldn't push it, you know.
I get in trouble all the time, so I had a problem with that.
No, you on good grounds. I don't think you're unsigned. You must be unsigned to your wife. I don't know, but I don't think it.
I get in trouble there too.
Yeah, you know. So.
No, but I mean, it's kind of obvious. It's obvious. We're watching it, and then, all right. All right. Let me come on the philosophy and let me go on the facts. Right. So, each one of the Calypso tents are doing their nights.
Well, it's really 2 nights, and I will just run through some of the information I have here. So we have Classic Rousseau. They have the 11th and the 22nd. Icons have the 13th and the 17th, and I must be specific because Kaiso Rousseau, they have the Gardens on the 11th, and they're going to Naparim on the 22nd. Icons on the 13th in the Gardens, and the 17th in Naparima.
Say Queen's Hall Gardens, so people know where to put
Queen's Hall Gardens, thanks for your correction, Ken. And back to basic, they are going to be going back to back in Queen's Hall Gardens on the 16th and the 17th. And then Kaiso House, they have the 18th and the 24th. Right, Magnificent Glow, they will be they might be coming by you, Coliseum, and one, providing you get them a date. And we also gonna be doing like 2 shows in Tobago. Right. Johnny King Showcase.
No, Johnny King is Caravan.
Caravan. I'm mixing because so it's Caravan. The Caravan. Well, I don't have the dates. Maybe Shoma could punch it so that we could push it forward for the fall.
Shoma,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. But that's a nice idea. But judging from how the tents were actually operating in the pre-COVID years, in the last few years before COVID, don't you see the need for some kind of tweaking or adjustment or manipulation, molding of the tent product?
Now we have to take different approaches as we go forward, because you see there are things we have to look at enhancement in every possible way, you know, and because it's a matter of getting things right, because people, the approach to things is just to go out there, do a thing, it's Carnival, make some money. The culture, we have to work together and try to, for the betterment of everybody, kind of adjust the culture how we are doing things, you know. I think that will put us in a much better place.
the efficient Shimmer has just sent me. Yeah.
She making joke. Yeah, she
No,
making joke.
the
Yeah.
dates for. Who we looking for? Caravan?
It's Caravan. Johnny King will rock me up someday because I really don't have it on my list here.
He's your big brother.
That's my brother.
He's damn right. Right. The Kaiser Caravan and the Garden Theatre twice. On the 10th and on the 12th. Right? The only thing I ain't seeing with this Garden Theatre or with these shows is when the 200 people fill up the place, what happening after? You understand? Or who can't go one night, come in next night?
Oh, you mean when it meet to the number 200 and it have more by the gate? That is where, yeah.
Yeah.
That caretaker, no?
Let me hope. No, I'll probably have to pick up your ticket in front.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, since as you mention it, that is an approach we have to take and try not to oversell tickets.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think you should do that. You had 250 tickets and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, well, you sell your ticket and you got cool and you go and watch online.
Yeah.
But I'm still on that point of the tent. But the tent product hasn't really changed other than the people who singing in, I'll say about 20, 25 years. This tent is the same way, you know. And in my opinion, most of the songs in the tent, in my opinion, who want to beat me, can beat me, you know. Most of the tent product, people in the tent singing to get into the masquerade.
Yeah.
And the songs may not always be entertaining songs. Might be big songs for the judges, but they may not be songs that I can say, oh, tune boy.
Kenny, some of them songs. I know you were active as a recording studio engineer and so on, and you know, producer, musical producer. And you contributed to make a lot of songs back in the time. And I always saying some of these songs were so enjoyable and tasteful because you could have danced with them, and then the same songs were competitive songs, so heavy social commentary, you know, and still people used to dance with them, and even fet on the streets, because plenty of the work that you would have done, you had songs like that back in the times. But today there's a template for a competition song and a template for a party song. And I'm saying
there should be none. There should be no template.
No, that is madness. Because
that is something that contributed to the demise of Calypso.
Well, this is a very serious thing. I mean, if it's one thing I understand the art, you know, I wrong it and I spend time understanding it. Hence the reason I could have this kind of dialogue and touching on these kind of points, because that is something I noticed, and we need to get back to that, right? And because of Bali, party time.
Yes.
It's a political commentary. The man let go there, and is a very, very pleasurable dance song. And then we could go on and on. David rather have some songs there that is social commentary, but then it's dance music, and we could go on and on and on and on and on with some of the people from that time.
That's the art form. To the vote. Do a social commentary with our message, you know. But back to everybody singing for that prize. That pot of gold. You understand? 1,800,000, whatever. Everybody's singing for that, you know. And right now, I'm surprised that so many people actually have songs out, knowing that they almost wasn't. Wasn't a carnival competition, a calypso competition.
But true lovers of the music, Kenny, will continue making music, you know? And especially a composer, even though nothing is happening, a composer will continue to make song, because when you look at how most people make song, they don't really sit down and with a pen and paper and try to, they're walking along and then they start humming. They start with a hum and then they catch a hook line, or they catch some line at that start, and they decide, a line. And I said, and they keep building as they go in, and this. So it hard, because to me that is more calling than really something that people are trained to be a Calypsonian or trained to be a writer. Right. And I know it have those who don't have the ability or that calling, and they depend on people to compose for them, But people will continue making music.
Well, we have no choice.
Yeah.
Creators have to create.
Yeah, the creative have to continue creating. Yeah.
If you're a creative, you must go and find a work in an office or something. You understand?
Yeah.
And do a spreadsheet or do accounts or do whatever.
Yeah,
That's not us.
Yeah.
We have to make music. We have to dance. We have to sing. We have to do what that's what the Lord.
It's a calling.
It's a people who in offices want to do what we can do. You understand? Want to be able to produce a song or sing a song or play a guitar or something. It just everybody had it.
It's something that you don't actually have within you.
Yeah.
Or is a calling, something that just has a past, well, the Baptists, if you check the Baptist religion, the pastors don't go through no set of training, they say, well, look, I'm ordained to do this, it's a calling that I have, and that is how the Baptist preachers has become Baptists. I mean, the original, authentic Baptist people, so I guess Calypso is similar, because a man does just pick up just one and decide, again, a vibes, and start making songs, and that is how it goes, So it is a calling.
True. True. I see like my camera, besides he had the calling, he just freeze. But so be it. So right. So boss man, we still holding firm.
Yeah.
We're holding firm. We're trying to get to the end, to the end of the light at the end of the tunnel. Nice. So, boss, how you plan to navigate this interesting waters here? For budget cut in half. Plans already down the road.
Yeah.
So wait, when they tell my partner that the budget will cut in half, you just take that?
Or your partner? Alright, so I understand who your partner is.
Yeah, he's my partner.
Kenny, I don't think I should emphasize too much on that, but it appears so. Let me leave it right there. It appears so. It appears so, like if it was just taken.
Wow. Wow. Let me tell you something. He's supposed to be up on top of the desk, stamping and jumping and asking for respect. You understand?
Kenny, you could talk that way. I might be able to talk that way, but the way the system is structured now, there are a lot of people that cannot speak freely because they have to protect the little appointment and that kind of thing, because it could be taken away from them. So they have to tread lightly, right?
My brother, and so what? Take it away. I feel.
Lord.
I honestly feel. Oh God, I'm going back in the echo. But I'm trying to fix my camera. Right. I honestly feel that there's more than.
More than that.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to come out with this thing now. My camera just freeze. But no problem. We can live without it.
Well, we speculating too, Kenny. We're speculating because we don't know. We really don't know. We're not sure, So.
All right.
We speculating. So whatever it is,
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope you read me too. I hope
that too. I hope that we can speculate and be right. Correct. So, we were talking about the Calypso thing. So you think we are at the point at where there should be a adjustment in the scoring criteria of Calypso to try and put some more weight on up-tempo songs.
Boy.
That instead of all 40 songs in the semifinals being dirges, they could have some songs that a little more peppy and a little more lively, so that we don't fall to sleep in the tent.
Yeah, but go ahead, you go ahead.
And so that I could get a little 10 marks extra for Spirit of Carnival or vibes or whatever you want to call it, so that my song is not just tempo 65 or 70, which is slow, and a message, because I want to win the crown. Like crowd participation.
I get your point, and I believe we have to go right back or try to encourage people to take it back to the days when the creativity led to people making some beautiful dance songs, pleasurable, enjoyable songs, but yet the message is in the song as effective or even more effective than some of the very slow, long songs. And the message come out as effective. We have to people have to go back to that. Because for some reason, out of the blues, there was this change, whatever caused it. I don't want to get too deep into that, but the songs are, to me, most of them take the chalk dust kind of pattern. Chalk dust was always doing that, right? Songs was always like that. But then to me, like, I realized the songs, almost every competitive song now takes that structure and pattern. So I don't know exactly what caused it, but this is something I observed. I'm telling you.
Well, I would like to see how we are addressing that elephant in the room.
No,
because
go ahead.
It has to be addressed.
But you see, yes, well, I could take, there's a discussion to continue having, because I think the time has come for us to bring back the pride, bring back the confidence, bring back the reality of what Calypso really is and what Calypso should be, and let us bring everything you just mentioned back, But it has to come with a mindset, because that mindset is what causes change at every time. Mindset does really cause people to divert into directions, different directions and that kind of thing. But we definitely need to get back on a track where we could bring more enjoyment into the music.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
All right. I like the fact that you went there. So what I want to do is to take a break. Play a little thing. I don't know how fast I can do that. Take a little break, play a little thing, and come back.
Nice,
all right?
Nice one.
Look at a fellow named Johnson King just text me. He said, too much politics and lamentation. Johnny, you could talk. You know the president. Let me take a break.
Okay, Kenny.
And come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you ready for this?
Now you can see the radio.
The sun goes down. No way we can't stop now.
Visual radio is here. It's the evolution of radio. Radio is now in your hand and on your device. Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, radio, and smart TV. Don't get left behind.
Everybody start to jump up in excitement. Plenty excitement. Big flat over my head. Water like hydrant. Wet. My crew not sticking. Tell them it's 90.
Trinidad and Tobago's culture station.
WACK!
Total Loco.
Oh no, me
Mr. Fox. You want to mash up the music box?
All genres, all day. We are Culture Crazy. 90.1 FM.
Born in this country, he grew in the country. He never left the country. How he come Yankee?
WACK.
Through the kindness of our culture. WACK 90.1 FM. Through the kindness of our culture.
Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM. WACK. We are Culture Crazy. No one does it like WACK 90.1 FM. The Culture Crazy Station.
Long time I tackle it was just which you took when you
Are you ready?
Everybody turn it up.
Now you can see the radio.
the sun goes down. No way we can stop now.
Visual radio is here. It's the evolution of radio. Radio is now in your hand and on your device. Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, radio, and smart TV. Don't get left behind.
I love my culture. I love soca. I love calypso.
My culture is the best in the world.
I love chutney. I love pop. I love pan.
The feeling is real.
I love my country. We love WACK. Our culture never stops.
Taking our culture to the world. WACK 90.1 FM. San Fernando, Trinidad, and Tobago. Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM.
Okay, Mr. Ainsley. What's the middle name?
Can you hear that comment? Man, like you pick up something, so. Martin Luther King, boy. Martin Luther. I don't know. That sound like you had the idea, like you know about it already.
No.
It's Martin Luther King. Yeah. That my parents and them did that, you know.
No, what they had vision.
Well, boy, maybe. Well, I believe, you know. Because names have a lot to do with the characteristic of a person, eh?
Yes, it does. It does. Nice. So Ainsley, Martin.
Oh my! Who tell me to give you that one? Who tell me to do that?
Right.
Boy, yes, Kenny.
Well, as you see, I'm home, and normally we open up the phone line for questions and whatnot.
Nice.
So, but tonight we got to do it different. The people got to type the question
No problem.
in the chat box, right? In the YouTube chat, I think. Let me see if I can prepare. All right. We have Mr. Michael Smith, Mr. Ingrid Johnson, Lisa Melanin Queen, Gloria Shepard, all these people inside there. So I know Mr. Michael Smith always have questions. He's a man of questions. So type your questions in there. I will even pull up the Facebook and we could try and get some questions happening. And even on my I know Mr. Desmond. I can't fix it right now. I don't know what it is. Right. So thank you very much for your observation. something in this system home here. But I had to take it because show had to go on. So right. So Mr. Ainsley, Martin, Luther.
Yes, Kenny.
We talk about the tent, right? What we haven't spoken about, we haven't spoken about is the competition.
Yeah.
How if I was a Calypsonian, no, I'm saying it wrong. I am a Calypsonian. I wanna be Calypsonian. And I want to enter the competition. Where are going? What are doing? I know what I did years ago.
Right.
What do we know?
You didn't mention it, but even though you was a wannabe and you're not a national, if you're not a national, well then you wouldn't be entitled to the competition. So you must be a native, a national of Trinidad and Tobago. And if you're a member of the organization and you're still as a wannabe, you have to pay like $150 for your as your yearly dues, and then you have to pay $100 for the competition. If you're a non-member, you have to pay $500 to be able to participate in the competition.
If you're a non-member.
If you're a non-member. And you'll just have to go to the nearest zone according to where your location is and do your registration.
Okay. So I want to get at it. I am not a member. A friend of mine called me today. Yeah. He wanted to take that in extempo.
Yeah.
So would he have to pay?
Yeah, well, the same goes for all the competitions, really.
I'll pay $500.
Yeah, well, as a non-member, yeah.
Okay. But to join, membership is how much?
What's that?
How much is membership?
To become a new member of the organization?
Yeah.
Well, I think you might have to pay the same $500 to start. You know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Look, of course, Shuma is texting me. So right. Again, some questions. One first question. Coming from Miss Ingrid Matthews. Kindly ask the president, not this gentleman, why no other Calypso tent except the one Cuckoo tent in Tobago, although we are all members not funded by the organization, that we must pay due. I'm speaking for the masters, the entertainers, Calypso tent. The only tent that is funded is a duplicated tent with the same members of the Cuckoo tent. The same people that go to Skiller Park every year. I read it as this.
Yeah, well, it's very confusing, so I really don't know how to start answering that.
All right. She say
it's very confusing. But one thing I could say, because I'm sensing that the person is trying to put forward that there's discrimination, and people will know me that I'm a person that doesn't discriminate. People will realize that because I continue to get attacks from members, and members, I will not fight members. Don't expect me to do that because I understand what leadership means, and I do understand that all members will not be the same. So I have climatized myself to respond equally to every member, whether that member have a problem with me or not. So where discrimination is concerned, if anybody has to point to that or blame me as being that, that's totally off. Something is wrong with that person, because the records will prove that,
All right. That's all I got to big thing.
Yeah, and I think you need to, because that to me, doesn't have no bearing, and so I think we should bypass that. Yeah.
Let's move on. I got a question from Patsy Joseph. What about the Carnival in Tobago in October?
Okay, well, it's just a plan now, Patsy. the intention, as they say on the table, the plan is to have a carnival that is going to be inclusive of practitioners from Trinidad and also from Tobago in all the different areas of the carnival players like the Mass and Pan and Calypso. So it is going to be a carnival where you'll find the nation will be coming together, the main interest groups will come up and other practitioners, wire benders, everybody, and come to Tobago for what we could consider a second carnival, really. Right, so that is just on the drawing board now, and the intention is to try to make it as marketable and as effective as possible, so that at least we could have development where the carnival arts in Tobago is concerned.
All right. I get the information here. The preliminaries for the National Calypso Monarch will be held on the 11th and 12th of February.
Correct.
At Coco head office. 45 Birmingham Avenue.
No, that is in Showman. I'll send that to you.
Yes.
No, that is incorrect. You can't go with that thing because it's by the Savannah. So I think you should put a pause on that.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, you should put up because the reality remains, Kenny, that how things are happening. You know, a lot of things is not in concrete as yet, and you know we still have to continue finding the appropriate places and so on to be able to do what to like stage the event in the safest places as possible.
Miss Angie said the night was something, and Kenny, could you all not have two shows on the days that tents are scheduled to appear? So instead of 250 patrons, at least 500 to attend. This is my idea. Miss Angie, the hall could only take 250.
Yeah, 250.
It's a safe zone, and that is the idea. But do we have shows doubling up?
If what?
We have shows doubling up? Like a show in Queen's Hall and a show in Company Bowl at the same time?
I think it's only. I think there's one, you know. I think there's one. I think there's one where at the same. I think it's the 13th. The 13th. Yes, look at here. That's Icons. You guys are gonna kick off on the 13th up in the Naparima Bowl, and Icons will be at the Gardens on the 13th. Yes, so that's it.
Okay.
So it's Icons. Yeah.
Cool. Cheryl, telling me to register is $50. Annual due date thereafter is $150.
No, the annual due. Who's telling you that?
Cheryl Berland, Secretary of Tucoso.
No, there's $250 at the end of the day with the process because $150 one way because like I have it recorded here. Okay. That was in a general council meeting.
All right.
Right.
So okay. We're going on good. Questions coming. Right. Garvey is standing. Aye. That is the mini-me of Leslie Allen. Would the judging panel be coming to Tobago? If not, why? And Tobagonians also remember who are paying due.
All right. So far, I mean, we set out to get our data, to get information. There's only 2 people from Tobago that are vaccinated. So that now will put us in a position to look at economics. Whether it makes sense to bring the judges to Tobago
or bring the people to
Trinidad. And preparations have been made to bring the people if we don't have sufficient. That have already been considered. So that answers the question of the person, because the General Council had plans to come to Tobago. There's no discrimination, and nobody have no intention of doing anything that will appear like discrimination to Tobago. And after all, I'm a Tobagonian, so I mean, I don't understand how we could even think that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seen one here. Competitors must be fully vaccinated to enter all competition as guided by the public health regulations published by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. A question. Wouldn't it have made more sense to say anybody could compete once they have a negative PCR test? When they come in the venue and you're negative.
I felt that way today because I went into the meeting today to try to create a way where the unvaccinated could have participated in the competition, and that was to go strictly virtual, remove from the safe zone and do the preliminaries in an area where we could have people coming in one by one to be judged. And the semi-final, I was considering if the semi-final could have been virtual also, where we could have shuffled the people in a way where we could have stayed in line with the protocols of the COVID. But that was shoot down because what they say that you need exemption. Even though you take the test, you still need the exemption. Yeah, they say you still need an exemption, you know, but that was news to me too, because, you know, I wasn't aware of that, right? So that got shoot down because I just came out the meeting trying to get as much, well, to open up to the unvaccinated, and the intention was to get the PCR test after you get the 8 people for the finals. You run the test with the expectation that the person could have come into the safe zone. But I was told, no, that can't happen, you know. But at least I tried.
Right.
I tried.
Explain to me the exemption. What is that? What was the exemption?
The district
if
medical...
If I go and do a test, is either positive or negative?
Well, while you're saying that, you still will have to get the exemption. You still will have to get the exemption. It seems like you still will have to get the exemption based on what I was told this afternoon.
Am I flying up?
District medical director officer have to give it to you.
Somebody will tell me a little more on that because I ain't going away. I come to the venue with a negative PCR. I do have it. So go in and take part.
Kenny, I had the same belief as you up to just a while ago coming out of the meeting, right? It's something it's something that I also will have to look into.
All right. Let me try a curveball. But it's a curveball. A googly. Let me try a googly up here. Instead of doing the safe zone, and this is the idea coming up my head now. Instead of doing the safe zone, you do come to a venue, we test you at the venue, and you are negative, come inside, take part, be crowd, blah, 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 blah. So you have more crowd than saying only vaccinated people here. You understand? Do it so like it's more inclusive. You know? I find
the question you are asking me, basically I have the same view as you, but you see what is happening here. It have the health people involved and then the government authorities involved. So I mean, you know, they have the guidelines that has to be followed, and I guess that puts our perceptions in a position where, you know, we just have to hold it. You know?
Patsy is telling me something. The government policy is vaccinated persons only. All right. But the exemption are for medical or other overriding reasons.
Well, I guess it falls into the overriding, right? Right. So the medical is one thing, but the overriding reasons, I guess there is where the people who take the test will still have to show, well, look, okay, I have an exemption based on the overriding reasons.
Okay.
All right.
Government policy is not a negative PCR test.
Well, that is what I learned today. You know.
Wow.
That is what I learned today. So thanks to that person.
Nice, Patsy.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right.
Patsy.
Ainsley Martin Luther
Kenny.
King.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody is saying, when will computerized public scoring of points be implemented so the public can view the scores after each performance by Calypsonian?
All right, so we are looking to go into discussion to make changes, ratify the Constitution and all that. These discussions are discussions that will be tabled as we go along. So I guess that when that time comes, you know, people will know. But the discussions have started to look into upgrading and bringing changes to the practices of the organization.
All right. Next one. Garvey Sandy, the mini-me of Leslie and Ellis. She asked follow-up question to the Tobago. You said that if it's only 2 people to get back, they come to Trinidad. She wants to know if would those people be sponsored coming to Trinidad.
Well, we made that quite clear. It's either the judges come or we facilitate these people.
Okay.
And that will be provided. And since as it's 2 people, that seems to be so far identified as taking the vaccination. You know, of course, yes, you all are going to get tickets to come to Trinidad.
Wow. Okay. We cooking. Questions coming in fast and furious. Ladies and gentlemen, I am spending some time tonight with the president of Tobago, Mr. Ainsley Martin Luther King. You have a whole road, you have a whole street somewhere in the state. Martin Luther King Boulevard. Making the dance. Making the dance. So right. Put your questions on YouTube and on Facebook. That's where I'm reading from right now. So nice. Moving on. So what about you? What's your take on the pods?
The pods, I don't have a negative take towards it because the pods provides a group of people who comes from the same bubble, who have confidence in each other to be able to go in an area and be free. Take off your mask and be free, drink your stuff and be away from the mixing with other people. So I think the intention of the pods is not bad, you know. And it also could possibly open a door for like the soca men who audience is different from the calypso and maybe the mass, you know, that kind of thing. Where that could the soca men go on to have people dancing, and you could do that in the pods, but it could be difficult for you to do that in an area where everybody is just in one place, you know.
Okay.
So the pods definitely is a positive, is a nice effort to try to give people that opportunity to be a bit more free.
Okay. But the pod still ain't doing it. We drinking the rum in a pod, and we eating and thing in a pod. But when we done drink plenty rum and beers, we had to go by the toilet. So we still have a gathering by the toilet.
Well, I guess
by the bar.
I guess in the same venue, which I expect, you know, the protocol should be in place for even the toilet. How people enter and that kind, how people use the toilet. If not, well then we're fooling ourselves. But I don't think that it are foolish people behind this. So I don't think that is something that will slip. If it does, well then we are foolish people.
Nice.
Foolish people dealing with this thing, you know.
Okay. We're going on good so far. Coming in. We say good evening to Yura Johnson, just joining us on Facebook, and the Facebook people. Patsy, Franklin King, J.S. Jasper Rupchan. There's some people. Yeah. We have a little audience.
That sound like a hell of an audience, Kenny. That ain't sound like no little audience, huh?
No, we try. But something I can't see the soca men having a competition inside this.
Not competition.
Well, close.
Huh?
I can't see that because everything look out.
Oh, well, from that angle, Kenny, yes, because there isn't much time, and there's much, yes. So in that sense, yes, I agree.
And you know, this was the ideal time to I want to use the right term, to abandon the shackles that the Catholic Lenten period put on the Calypso fraternity. And I'm saying Calypso specifically. I ain't saying Mars and probably Calypso and Pan. So that we know could address shows within the period up to Easter and continue the art form because of the situation. Not because Ash Wednesday come, Calypsonian shut down for our next 40 days and 40 nights. You understand? Till Easter. And it has been affected. You know, Calypso has been affected for years by that. We need to know a week or 2 or 3 after the said Carnival, we can have some shows. We can have mass and jump up and wind up, but we can have shows.
Yeah, some performances.
Some performances, because I'm sure people want to see good performances.
And the time has put us in a position where we should really consider that. So, I mean, what you're putting forward, I really buy it because I think we're on the same wavelength. This is the time that we need to stop making Calypso seasonal. And I say Calypso because, and again, the way I feel about Calypso and no one see Calypso as, we need to put Calypso back in front stage because it's there it belongs, you know. The people push it aside mindset, but the reality is Calypso is the main genre. Calypso is it. Calypso is it. It's the mother. Yeah.
All right. Cooking. So I'm gonna see what questions I have there. Miss Euro Johnson from Canada. How is Canada tonight? Right. Question. Some time ago, people reached out to the police about road safety after Calypso's Fiesta and series. He said if I could follow up, because Miss Orr knows about it. Follow up after Carnival. You know, I know that's Fiesta.
When is that?
Something was happening with the road and cars
and the people behavior on the road.
Yeah. After Fiesta, Fiesta as well.
No, well, I know that kind of part thing. That was a institution that gathered a lot of people, and then people think differently. So it's all kind of people with different thinking would have gathered there, you know. So recklessness and so on. After the people leave the venue, it's difficult to control anybody, you know.
Yeah. Mount of cars and
and people thinking and people drinking and
having them by.
Yeah.
You know. So right, we're going good. It's 19 minutes past 8. I see this camera man doing all kind of things. And yours too.
I see it. I see what's happening. But I mean,
but we hearing.
We hearing clearly. Yeah.
We cooking and we hearing.
Yeah, man.
So right. So you feel that the taste. You feel that the taste is worth it.
Kenny, I buy into it for this reason. I was called to go to America around this same time, because and it was clear that Olia will not be having Carnival, and so come visit, come Tom, because we want to do a show and we want you to come in the capacity of president. And then I realized people seemed like they intended to capitalize on Trinidad not keeping Carnival. And then, that's signal to me that the date was a threat or being looked at. Like people wanted to pull that gathering that normally comes to Trinidad to their area, because it still have the functions in America, different parts of America, who have changed, who have set up events for that date. So I think that was one of the things, like losing with date and that kind of thing. I saw it as relevant to try for us to at least start living again, get out there and start the art, start doing what we like to do, and making sure that our Trinidad and Tobago Carnival could really stay alive, So that's how I felt about it.
Strangely, you raised that point. Because I was in an interview with some people from Grenada, and they say all what they do in Trinidad, people in Carnival, at another time, do not encroach on our date, whenever their date is.
Yeah.
You understand? So I know there is this bartering for dates. If we change our date,
Now we could end up in trouble. We could lose it.
Yeah. If we don't do something, we could lose it. Yeah, we're gonna come back and bill over. I got you. But the eyes of the world will be on us. So we have to make sure everything looks a particular way. Right?
I think that they know that, and by all means, we have to get it right before we actually before we go into the next few weeks, the next 2 weeks actually. We have to make sure we get it right this week.
Yeah. I just that's the frightening part of the thing. I know that the eyes upon us. And the world always looking at us to learn something or to criticize. One out of the whichever one we give them. To learn or to criticize. So we really have to be on repeat and choose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no matter how good something is, there's always critics, eh?
Of course.
Yeah.
According to this, haters will always hate.
Haters will always hate,
That's the one.
Haters, yeah. But then haters contribute into the development of a lot of wise people, because a lot of people who make it to the top, if it wasn't for the haters, they couldn't make it, eh?
Sure.
I, for one, I could tell you that. And then I don't even know how to hate, because one of the things, defamation is something that I have faced all my life, especially in Tobago. But you see, the thing is, when you look at it, the universe is the judge of these things, and you as a man can't judge nobody, and then you cannot even think about hating nobody, because it is a damaging thing, So people have to be wise and be careful of how they treat with things, because this could bring doom into people's space and their life, and and as the leader of Calypso, some people start getting to know me, because this is one of the things, and I am a person that I don't know how to hate anybody, and I don't know how to respond to people who, even though they try to destroy or damage me, I don't know how to treat them differently from the people who continue to support me, because it's something as a leader that I have deep within my heart. I'm open to everybody, even though they projected the worst hate to me, As a leader, I treat everybody same way.
Well, I tell you, you on a ticklish part.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
That's part of the psyche of the Calypsonian, being able to sing anything, say anything, overlap, and you know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Part and parcel.
Now, but it has some people even just go there and try to damage your name and character, you know, because I meet to the point that it have 1 or 2 lawsuits I will have to deal with after, well, soon, very soon.
What?
Defamation, because some people overdo it. Some people making their life that, trying to destroy you who really don't have any intention or don't even remember them unless something come up on, you know. Right, but let me keep it because I think we're going nice. Yeah, let me keep it.
So as far as the thing on, it's full speed ahead.
Yeah.
This next 2 weeks here will be like not on the hell. Who didn't know? No,
yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing much of the other trends going the way of pay-per-view. Right? Not seeing it. They should. And most even big events. If you're big events with your pods, only holding at 2,000. Right? A big event like Fiesta, and like even your Demaster, and even your Panorama. Panorama is a big thing. It's over. It's always oversubscribed. So you have to put things in place for the people who can't get in. So what do we do? How are they treated with that?
What's that? I kind of lost there, you know. Just repeat it for me.
I'm saying it's 2,000 people in the pod.
Oh, well, yeah, I think I get that.
And 250 in the venues. Prima Bowl.
Yeah.
Queen's Hall.
No, I think I get the jets away saying, but
everything oversubscribed.
Yeah, but you see, Noel boy, you have to go with what is stipulated to you. What the event, the capacity. You have to follow whatever the capacity requires and make sure that you stick with it. You have no choice. You have no choice.
I can't get tickets for Fiesta.
You can't what?
I can't get. I've been hypothetical. I can't get tickets for Fiesta. What am I to do?
You cannot get tickets or the post. Tickets sell. All right, so you want to buy tickets and tickets sell out.
Hello. What am I to do? And a Carnival baby. I have to be there. What to do?
Well, I cannot answer for that person, you know. But if I have to answer for myself, I know, well, look, this is a time that is different and it have a lot of laws that govern everything that we do in the safe zone. And if you have to go with the capacity that they put forward, that is what it is. A lot of things we'll have to accept even though we're not comfortable with it. This is what this time has brought to us.
All right. What I was trying to get at is that y'all, for the big events, you plan all the big events. But I've not seen a plan for pay-per-view streaming.
No, okay. Well, I didn't answer from that technological side. So I mean, what you're doing is good because I mean you're just giving us ideas, you know.
Yeah, but nobody else is saying nothing. And they can't wait till 2 days before because you have to let people know that hey, we having this, we doing this, we can't do this. You can access it here. We can go on and check your thing now. Remember the demographic of Calypso. It's older people who not so computer savvy.
Kenny, I must tell you that I heard you, and you know, I think you could bypass that because I heard you, and you know that will be taken care of.
All right.
If you understand what I say.
Yeah,
I hear you. So we could bypass that. We go fix that.
We go fix that. Because I'll tell you something. You can't be charging $1,500 to come in a pod for 6 people or whatever, right? For charging money. And I come in the pod. And then my family stay home and sit down and watch the TV for free. You understand?
Oh.
Something ain't right.
Yeah, something ain't right there.
So then if I had known that, I'd have still in my own pod.
You know, but I'm thinking what the institution of the semi-finals, the fiesta. You see, there are people who are going to get tabanka. Once that event comes off, it is going to create tabanka. And from that angle, it's something that needs to be considered and looked at, because if it is that it is happening the way it happened now, it's something we have to look at. Let me just put it that way. But from the point of view that you are putting it there, I mean, it's something that needs to be considered too. Because if you have to make a profit, you have to look in those directions. You know. So I record the direction, and I thank you for putting it forward too. You know.
All right. So let me check and see if there's any more questions. Any more questions from Mr. Martin Luther? Ainsley Martin Luther King. Right. Let me see. Let's say good evening to Mr. Nicole Gray. Good evening, Mr. Ras Commander. And I don't understand my question. What kind of logic is what?
Johnny, I can't talk to you on an interview, right?
Right, brother?
Yeah, boy.
Right. Oh, I'm now seeing something, The doubling up is coming from Ainsley's computer. As he switch off and he mute. As he mute, everything clear. Yeah, Ainsley. The double up is on your computer, yeah? So, ladies and gentlemen, right, somebody's asking a question. I don't wait till you unmute. You hear me, right? If you hear me, Ainsley, say, nod your head. Nod your head if you hear me, right? Unmute.
I hear you.
Right. Somebody's asking, what happened to the artists who didn't make it to semifinals? They cannot come to the show. Wow.
I don't understand that.
Normally, the Calypsonians of themselves go to support. They don't miss Krazy. Making it to the national, the semifinals or not. They go. Right? So the question here is, what happened now that we have safe school and we have this and that? They can't what on?
I'm not sure that is correct, but it's a question I would prefer not to get into. But I don't think it's correct.
All right.
Okay.
So it's 8:33. Yeah. We're figuring out that the audio doubling up on Ainsley's side, on Mr. King's side. Because if you're hearing me now, he muted his
microphone. Right. And whenever you unmute,
it double by you, Ainsley. You understand? So no problem. We're working what we have. So any other questions? Somebody said Kenny's a businessman. Let me be a businessman. Huh? See if you'll see any WACK radio anywhere there. I don't understand that. Right. Good night. The exponent of arts are here before the administrators. Oh, interesting. I might say the exponent of the arts and the arts were here, or we are here before the administrators. So that's probably the government or whoever, right? But I personally find that we should take the government to task for the promise of one thing and then change in midstream. You can't promise me 30 million and then change to 15 million midstream when the thing already start. You understand? That is my opinion. All right? You can't do that. Right? Have a little more respect. Tell me from in front, all you're getting is 15, and then we can say, okay.
I felt that way too, because if it is that we're working with 15, well then you know, it wouldn't have been, well, we didn't even have a choice over the 3 weeks because they are the ones who put 3 weeks when the discussion was 1 week, and then you decide 3 weeks with $15 million. I don't think that was well worked out.
So wait, Jay said 3 weeks?
They are the ones who said the 3 weeks?
Yeah, but we were asking that question since December, since November. We ain't hearing nothing. Nobody is saying that what's going on. And it's midway to January. End of January. They say, a taste of Carnival. You understand?
Why? The government is in charge, eh?
Somebody asking,
who did the government promise 30 million? That's a question.
No, well, you see, the thing is, that question is a good question, but you see, what happened is the chairman would have been the one who went forward and actually declared that this is what it's going to be. And I think that is where the problem came from. Where he got that from, I mean, you know, he know, but you know, I mean, it was denied, so you know that, but that kind of a situation more look like a blame game, you know, and that tells you a story. That's something right or somewhere wrong there, you know.
But I'll tell you this: all my friends throughout the Caribbean calling and asking, what going on in Trinidad, man?
All you know what you're doing, all you don't know what kind of money all you're supposed to get, all you don't know where you're going, what, you know, that is how they're talking to us. So we need to check ourselves. You know?
Before we wreck ourselves, they say.
Yeah, boy. But as far as we don't the river with no paddle. We going down the road. Right?
Forward. We have to go forward. It's too late to turn back now.
Wow.
Too late to turn back now. But I trust and in good faith, you know, I think that things will work out because I mean, people know that this thing will have to be corrected. I think it is knowledge to every one of the players involved, you know, at the higher level.
Yeah. Let's hope good sense will prevail.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. All right. It's 8 to 7. I have had Mr. Ainsley Martin Luther King with me since 7 o'clock. And we had riveting conversation, interesting conversation. You understand? Very interesting. Mr. Ainsley King, I thank you for making yourself available, even though I was discussing navigation just now. If the police come, I tell them it's King.
I was cussing for Calypsonians, man. I was cussing for Calypsonians. Huh?
What's the cussing for Calypsonians? I go back.
Yeah. I wasn't cussing for Ainsley King. I was cussing for Calypsonians, you know.
Nobody situation needs some cussing.
Yeah, boy.
They can't just do what they want.
But the cussing work, eh?
It worked.
All
right.
It worked.
So we say good evening, and you'll be tuned. Culture Talk, Nick and Eclipse. Last week we had the NCC chairman, Vincent. Today we have the chairman of Ainsley Martin Luther King.
God, can you go on with that one, boy?
If I go no, I must thank for your being so honest and candid and pick up with the people. Letting us know, hey, this is what happened.
No, but you see, I cannot fool myself because you see, at the end of the day, I need to get the Calypsonians a heads up, but at the same time, I'm working along with the executive and all the people who form the team to steer things in a direction that we, the Calypsonians, could reap benefits coming out of this year's safe zone Taste of Carnival.
Right. I have two comments coming. Let's say good evening to Godwin Thomas, who is Obi from the Entertainers. Nice performance the other night, boss. And I have a question. Mr. Ainsley MLP. Going forward, there's a question online. Going forward, the question being asked, are they going to be listed into your notes and taken up by Kuko in meetings with NCC or whoever? Right? That's one. You get that question?
I hear you.
With all the things that we talk, would they be all this stuff that we've spoken?
Okay.
All the suggestions going forward. Would they be taken into the meetings with Kuko and NCC or in Tuko, wherever they need to be spoken? You know.
Well, what makes sense to carry a wood, and because not everything that would have that would have passed through here today or came or presented itself here today would make sense taking it forward. Some of the things, may not make sense to take forward, but what is necessary to take forward, I don't see why not.
All right. And in choosing Miss Tigress Rowley says, what are the dates again for the bullpen singing for the judges? And by the way, the bullpen, the bullpen is a serious product. The bullpen is something that should be shown to people.
It's something we should capture.
Yep. The bullpen is something to capture.
All right, well, let me try to answer Joanne the 11, 12, just now 11, 12, and 13. So you could continue the bullpen with the bullpen story. Let me answer the girl question first.
Yeah, 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah.
Miss Crowley and the bullpen and even Calypso auditions is something that people would want to see. Because the kind of characters that come to audition is so entertaining.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Let me give this story. I went to audition. I auditioned not last year, before. That's still where I was, right? And I pulled into audition in Arima.
Right.
This was for the Caravan. And driving in, a man was cleaning the car park. And he said, walk over there. And I park. And I talk to him. I say, where do you have anything? And he kind of, very funny. And he said, you understand? I kind of talking funny. And he was dressed like a cleaner, and in the bad boots, thing. And he's cleaning the yard. And he sent me through that door, go on audition day. I went and I paid my money, and I signed up for my audition. Nice. I'm nervous. And I went and do my audition. I sing, enjoy myself. When I come off the stage, and I say, I breathe a sigh of relief. Done. When I see they are knocked after me, carry my name. I want to look up. It was the same man who was keeping the car parks another time. In the same outfit, up on the stage, singing. And you understand how worse this thing. I'm making a point that some of these things need to be seen.
To be captured. Because
it's all part of Calypso. Winners only see the Calypso when they reach.
Yeah.
They need to see the ground.
Yeah.
Because it's real fun.
Yeah.
It's real fun. Right?
Yeah.
But I smile up for
Calypso. And it makes sense, because it's something to see. Because today in the world, everything is being exposed. The world is a much more exposed world than before, and I don't see why not. people could get to see exactly what that part, how that is, you know. So correct.
Oh, let me thank you, Mr. Lee Martin. Thank you so much.
Kenny, well, it was a pleasure, especially knowing I feel like I was in South, you know, and no, I'm telling you, it was a pleasure, and you know, I was happy to every opportunity I get to let people feel me, to let people hear me, because there are so many people out there trying to tell people who I am without giving people a chance to know who I am. That I like to capitalize on this opportunity because it gives people a chance to feel my vibration and to hear me and that kind of thing, and I think it's important. So Kenny, I thank you also.
Right.
You will call me on the
Yeah, we will fix that. And just for clarity, Tuco have 10 throughout the nation, and the Tobago tent, I heard a question was asked. It's just another, well, that is the Tuco zone tent, right? So Tuco have a responsibility to treat with the tents from Tuco. And I mean, every Calypsonian in Trinidad and Tobago, they are free to come to any Tuco tent. But you see the idea of having your own tent and having a problem with Tuco treating with its tent, the Tuco tent, that's wrong, you know. That is not a correct thing, but yet we still just try our best to see what we could do for others. So, I mean, we need to kind of assess how we're looking at things, because I want people to know before I close off, Kenny, I have no problem and will not have no problem with no Calypsonian, and I will not be fighting with no Calypsonian. I will not do that. So understand that I'm here to represent in the most genuine way possible. And all Calypsonians to me will be seen in an equal way. A balanced, equal way. Right? So I'm glad I was able to reach out to people and to remind them of this tonight. Kenny, again, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Blessings, man.
Mute the microphone then.
Yeah.
Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking with Ainsley Martin Luther King, of the president of Tuco, all right, on the way forward, on the situations, the budgets, the everything. So we had a good time. We talked, we get some information. It was nice. So let us do something. It's now 8:47. We thank all of you for being here. Look out for the shows coming up this weekend. This weekend is action, you know, real action. So look out. So let's do what we gotta do.
Are you ready for this?
Everybody turn it up on your radio.
It's about time. Now you can see the radio.
Before the sun goes down, no way we can stop now.
Visual radio is here. It's the evolution of radio. Radio is now in your hand and on your device. Phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, radio, and smart TV. Don't get left behind.
Everybody start to jump up in excitement. Plenty excitement. Big flags over my head. Water like hydrant. Wet. My crew not sticking. Tell them it's 90.
WACK. We are Culture Crazy. No one does it like WACK 90.1 FM, the Culture Crazy station. Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM.
Do you love your country?
Maria, darling, I must go.
Are you a true Trinbagonian?
I love you so. I get
Do you love your culture? This is the only station that promotes the culture of Trinidad and Tobago.
You don't know. It's all about the soca background. It's all about
WACK 90.1 FM. WACK 90.1 FM. WACK 90.1.
Now you can see the radio. Step into the future with visual radio. Only on WACK 90.1 FM.
High Soul Showcase presents Carnival Vibrations. On Sunday 13th and Wednesday 16th of February at Naparima Bowl in San Fernando. Time 6 p.m. Your Calypso cast is Protector, Mr. Mac, Queen Victoria, Angela, Alicia Richards, Tamika Darius, Rondell Donovan, Pharaoh, and Kenny Phillips. With guest performances by Joanne Tigress Rowley and yours truly, Tony Prescott, all backed by the band Razor Sharp, led by Oral Rodriguez and the chorus High Soul Flames. MC Damian Melvin will be in ripping form, so you wouldn't want to miss High Soul Showcase.
Tickets are $150 at Sion's Bar, Naparima Bowl box office, Tuco South, and WACK 90.1 FM. Pay-per-view, $10 US.
High Soul Showcase presents Carnival Vibrations.
Calypso lovers, soca lovers, it's here, the WACK Calypso Coliseum. Calypso and soca under one roof. Live or delay broadcast on Synergy TV, Guile the Caribbean, M&E TV, and 91.9 FM The Street, Iowa TV, and all WACK 90.1 FM visual radio platforms.
This week on the WACK Calypso Coliseum, on Thursday the 10th February, Kaiso House's third show, featuring Super Blue, Spicy, Black Sage, Snaky, Calypso Curl, and Nefta Kojo. On Friday 11th, Kaiso Caravan's first show, featuring Scrunta, Ninja, The Master, Bali, Stinger, Kareen Tiny Figaro, and Keisha Stewart. And on Saturday the 12th, Beyond the Borders third show, featuring from the USA, Tigress, Tony Wiley, Preacher, Unity, Poison Dart, and Scholar from Grenada.
On all WACK visual radio platforms, and you love your Kaiso.
Put your hand in the air and shake it. Jam as if you don't care, shake it.
Looking for real food with real flavor? Why not check out Caldero's Flavor at their new location, 86 Cipero Street, 2 buildings away from Republic Bank. From curry crab and dumplings to callaloo, oil down, bus of shut or pilau, soup and fish broth on Saturday, foiled fish, jerk wings, burgers, you name it. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Call 335-7081.
Women people who come out to party, women people who come out to
Every single way I go, everybody want to know, and they asking me for soap when it's Carnival down in Trinidad. Here I must tell you the truth, that is up to me and you. We Carnival could be great, but we have to vaccinate.
Uncertainty still lurks in the shadows as to which year and when the festival will fully return to what it once was. We must follow the health protocols currently in place. Wash your hands, mask up, social distance, and most importantly, get vaccinated.
I say vaccinate like we do we thing. Vaccinate like we jump and sing. Man, I have to say, vaccination is the way.
We'll be busy.
Yeah, once again, I like to welcome you to the farm. Farming up in the William Marshall ride and toil on the farm all day. Looking for day and no time to play. Feeding the sheep and stacking the hay. A hard day's work for a honest day's work. I say, I'm a dog, I'm a working dog. I'm a hard working dog. Sing it again. I'm a dog, I'm a working dog. I'm a hard working dog. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is a story of famous dogs. But the dog that chases its tail will be busy. Go.
Yeah, once again, I'd like to welcome you to the farm. I reckon. Farming up in the William Marshall, exotic sensation. Who's it? You think it come easy? No, no, oh no. You got to be a hard-working dog. Yeah, yeah, listen. So when me say, I know some girls like to call me. Yeah. There is a difference. Whoa. Hey, run it, hey. I still run divide. Family vibes. Family. Yeah, just give me the vibes. Ooh. I still run the vibes. Just give me the vibes. Give me the vibes. Give me the vibes. The family is an institution that needs love, caring, and protection. I know sometimes there is real frustration, but we got to chart the course in the right direction. Nurture the family in peace and harmony. Man, your wife is not the enemy. Children, don't hate your daddy. We got to see love in everybody. So for us to grow in love, forgiveness is what I'm speaking of. To bond the family. Run it, vibes, run the vibes. Family vibes. Yeah, the family. Just give me the vibes. Oh, yeah. I should have run the vibes. Give me the vibes. Give me. The family. Yes, just give me the vibes. The family bears an environment that takes strong courage and commitment. Keep the problems within the confinement of the family, cause privacy is an entitlement. Families work together to build a strong foundation. When nobody is the position, brother, sister have the complication. We got to have each other's back in stressful situations. So for